There's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
Prestige pawnbrokers
Wow, what have we got here?
serves Britain's elite.
They're Chanel bags, goodness sake.
Here, gentry and jet setters
This is the perfect party boat.
exchange their luxuries
Oh, wow.
I actually saw Kate Middleton wearing it the other day.
Oh, wow.
for eye-watering amounts.
You're looking well into millions.
You're the best in the business.
The man behind it all
Yeah, I'm loving it now.
is entrepreneur James Constantino.
We deal in almost anything of value, but what I love the most is the ones that make me the most profit.
This time,
I usually like to be in control of every situation.
a rare 911 Porsche.
Oh, wow.
David Beckham makes a surprise appearance.
He looks so sexy.
And boss James
Guys, gather round a sec. I've got some news for you all.
faces his biggest challenge yet.
The company seems to be falling apart right this minute.
Welcome to the world
I've got to go home.
of posh porn. Back in 2009, ex-property developer James saw a gap in the market and opened his first high-end pawn shop in affluent Surrey.
You all right? Quite like it over here.
Supported by his PA and office manager Joe,
Has anyone seen my glasses? I can't find them.
I'll get a message. Thank you.
he's built a mini empire of 3 stores in Surrey and London.
Yeah. Brilliant.
We've got so many members of staff now, it's getting unbelievable. The things just keep coming in and we keep hiring. In a minute, they're going to have to start wearing name tags.
He walks around like he owns the place.
James is a great boss, but it's all about making money for him.
It took me a little while to get used to his humour, but he's actually quite of a funny boss.
It's the start of a new year at headquarters, but James is not feeling revived or refreshed.
Oh, God, I've got a headache. Oh. I've got to go home.
His right-hand woman, Jo, is away from the office.
Joe not being here is not great, especially when, you know, you're relying on someone for so much. And now, obviously, she's not here to solve the problems, so I've got the problems. I'm trying to dish the problems out, but they keep bouncing back.
We do have to maintain the shop and the back office, help James with his diary.
Joy's helping out. We're all just getting through it. We'll get through it, but it's just a bit stressful.
James might be a woman down, but that doesn't stop clients looking to take loans against big money items.
Come and have a look at this picture. Look,
What is it?
it's this car.
A car?
Do you like cars?
Oh, wow.
This is a really rare thing. It's called an RS, Porsche RS, and there's not many of them left. I've got a real thing for these early 911s. I had one when I was 19, and I've been in love with them ever since. So it's got a lot of rally pedigree, so it could be worth a hell of a lot of money.
It doesn't look very fast to me.
Well, it's from the 70s, so it's going to look a bit... What do you mean don't look fast?
It doesn't
It's a
look
Porsche
fast.
911. Of course it looks
Just
fast.
doesn't look, I mean, look, it's quite fat over there.
A bit fat over there. Are you having a laugh? A bit fat
It is
over
a bit
there.
fat over there.
Sure, you don't really know anything about cars, do you? Let's face it. Do you prefer the round wheels, or are you one for like the square wheels that they're doing nowadays?
We'll have a lovely crop of runner beans this year.
56-year-old green-fingered car fanatic Mark is the proud owner of the vintage 1973 Porsche.
We grow our own vegetables, and it just makes sense. We know what's gone in the soil, and we know what comes out. But then they say, no pain, no gain. Well, I can testify to the pain bit.
The most important thing in my life is my wife, then my children, and then my cars. And I think I've managed the correct balance. My wife might disagree with me. If I was happened to be asked to go on Mastermind, I would be quite confident in choosing my specialist subject as classic Porsche 911s.
I can come back to you later on this afternoon. Yep, okay, all right.
Mark's expertise of the vehicle developed while he was working as a computer programmer.
Come 1996, I retired. And if I thought I was going to be quiet, I had another thing coming. The phone never stopped ringing.
Hi Mark.
How you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
Nice to see you.
And this is this fantastic car.
Yes.
Wow.
Now working full-time as a classic car inspector,
It's in beautiful condition, Mike.
Mark uses specialist equipment to help improve authenticity.
This Vinprint machine produces an image of a chassis number which can prove beyond all probability the true identity of the vehicle. Most importantly, it can easily identify if a chassis number's been tampered with. I'm pleased to tell you that this is a completely original number.
So it means it's a totally original car as it came out of the factory?
Absolutely.
He's now got big plans to expand his business.
I've asked James for a starter of £40,000. However, realistically, I like a few more machines, so ideally, I'd like 100 grand. If James does his homework properly, I don't think 100 grand would be a problem at all.
To raise the money, he's putting up his most precious vehicle as collateral.
OK, this is the car. I bought it in 2010 and it's taken 4 years to restore it to this fabulous condition. It's unique. It's very significant to Porsche because this is a car that did what it said on the tin. It came straight off the production floor and then competed without any modifications at all, and it won not one, not two, but 3 international rallies. Only 17 were ever supplied to the UK in right-hand drive. It's a rare car, and my involvement with it, restoring it, has filled me with a lot of pride and satisfaction. I can honestly say that if I had a room vacant in the house, I would quite happily store it there and look at it and enjoy it. It's perfect.
Will James feel the same passion for the Porsche and lend Mark £100,000? The pawn shop trades in excess of 500 high-end assets per week.
Like Christmas.
I know.
And handbags are the fastest growing part of the business.
Little dinky red paint one.
I haven't seen one of those before.
Today, designer handbag expert Claudia has had another inquiry.
Here we've got 2 bags from a lady that came in earlier, and we've got a beautiful Chanel classic timeless piece, and we've got a Louis Vuitton Eden bag, which was a limited edition.
Lovely.
She basically wants to raise some funds against these bags. I'm not sure what for exactly, but nice little duet.
I've got this spider here, this tarantula.
The bags belong to 51-year-old hairdresser and animal lover Keely.
Come here, come here. I'm absolutely terrified of spiders, and I thought if I make myself look at him every day, then it might cure me of my phobia. I love my little house. It's like my little fantasy world, and everyone I know says, oh my God, she's back in Keely world. I wouldn't want to be any other way. Give Mummy a kiss.
There's also someone else in the household she would never want to change.
Cedric is a little extrovert. He's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, don't you bite your mummy. I love my Cedric so much. He's my little darling. I've even had a tattoo of him done. He needs to wear things because, obviously, he hasn't got any fur. There's no real difference in looking after them to a normal cat. The only thing is that you can't let them out in the cold and you can't let them out in the heat. No? Why don't you want your jacket on? Hi.
So Keely has come up with a plan that she's keen to share with her friend Olivia.
I'm hoping to build Cedric a mansion in the garden.
Okay. Right, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to have it up here on the grass bit.
Yeah.
Because I thought it'd be really nice because he's got all the sun that way.
Yeah. No, it would look lovely up there.
Yeah.
Do you actually think he'll come out and...
Yeah, I think he'll love it. You are such a good boy. Yes, you are, you baby. The other thing that I'm absolutely mad about is my designer bags. I absolutely can't get enough of them. I love them. The reason I've taken those bags is that one of them is just gathering dust in the wardrobe. There's no point in keeping it. And the same thing with the other one. And I just think he's much more important than a few handbags. So I just want to buy him his mansion. Good boy. I'm hoping to get about £2,000. I really want to spend as much as I possibly can because I just want his mansion to be perfect. Good boy, aren't you? Would you like a chandelier in your mansion? Would you? And would you like some wallpaper that you can strip? And we put in a little chaise longue. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
It's been a busy week for the pawn shop in London's Hatton Garden.
We need the paperwork.
With PA Joe away from the office.
We have got somewhere for these, haven't we?
When James had no PA, it really was like a kid without a mum. He does need help. He's so disorganised.
I'm going to have health and safety on me back in a minute.
Now James has had some news that will affect everyone.
Do us a favour, come through to the front, could you? Joy.
Yeah?
Come out the front.
Okay. Sounds serious.
Guys, gather round a sec. I've got some news for you all.
Okay.
You all right? I'm just going to inform you that Joe is not going to be returning back to the business. It's going to be difficult for us. Obviously, we're going to miss her. To be honest with you, it couldn't come a worse time. And we are where we are, as you were.
Yeah.
To relay that news to the other staff wasn't easy. I wasn't sure quite how they were going to take it, but they seem to have taken it on board.
Sad, isn't it? I'm going to miss Joe.
It is, yeah. Especially if someone who's been here since the beginning.
Yeah. We do understand how stressful the job gets, but it was really upsetting.
I feel like I want to cry, so... We had a great working relationships and friendship as well, so I was really, really gutted.
Finding out that Joe couldn't continue was devastating for me. It's not something I ever envisaged happening, to be honest. It's just part and parcel of operating in a company of this size. People are going to come and go.
Loans are the mainstay of the pawn shop's business. And while a lot of clients walk in with their items...
Wow, that looks interesting.
...and out with money...
Could I just ask you how much you could give me a loan for this for, please?
Let's have a look.
Not every valuation is straightforward. Today, James has had an inquiry from someone with a unique piece of art.
Girls, do you like David Beckham? What do you think of that?
You got Ben like David Beckham to like Beckham.
You know what? You look a little bit like David Beckham's granddad. The likeness is quite incredible, isn't it?
It is actually very good, actually.
He wants to sell it. This isn't the usual stuff that we'd see on a daily basis. Full-size Beckham sculpture is quite unusual, and I think it's potentially got legs, although the sculpture hasn't.
I'd like a double brandy and a big fat cigar.
Okay, do you want to put your big pool down first?
The life-size David Beckham sculpture was made by 50-year-old artist Gareth.
Well done, Victoria.
Who lives with his wife Susie and his son Josh in Alicante.
I'm lucky to live in Spain. It's a nice balance, so that keeps me fresh and keeps my perspective new.
Since coming over here, he's discovered a few passions. Cooking's one of them, wine the other one.
I've been a sculptor for my entire working life, from I was 17 and I left college. What I love about it is that you're creating something out of nothing. You're creating art from dirt, essentially. For me, it gives me a lot, personally, physically, mentally, and it's very rewarding. Can I just have a look at you? This is Madison, my niece, who's the inspiration for Big Face. A lot of it I've taken in photographs so I can work on it when she's not in the room, because she's on holiday. So she's got shopping and sunbathing to do. I definitely don't do it for the money. Because it's not well enough paid. I should have been a banker or a lawyer or something that somebody who actually makes money. London plays a really important part in my career. It's where I sell my work, where I meet my clients. I need both. I need Spain to create and London to sell.
Really cool, man. Really
it's
cool.
All right, isn't it?
Cool, yeah.
Looks the part. This is the life-size sculpture of David Beckham with his tattoos in bas relief. His tattoos are fabulous, and he treats his body as a canvas. So for me, that was the perfect way to portray what I could do as a sculptor. But I don't grow attached to a sculpture when I'm making it. So when I finished it, that's it. I want to send it out into the world. I've done it. I'd like to secure a loan against it of $7,000 in the short term so that I can fund projects that are ongoing. But in the long term, I'd love to sell it. So if James can find the right client for it or is interested in buying it, then that would be my ideal. I would love to look like that.
At headquarters, Claudia is assessing whether animal lover Keely's designer handbags are worth the £2,000 she wants to build her cat a mansion.
This one here is the classic timeless piece. It's in caviar calf leather. Immediately I can see that this piece is genuine. It's got all its original packaging, which is absolutely great. So I can't really fault it condition-wise. The only thing that goes against this bag is the colour, really, and the colour of the hardware. Had it been black with silver hardware, then obviously we're looking, you know, at a bit more money because it's much more desirable. So this one is the Louboutin. It's quite an old style, to be honest with you. It all seems genuine to me. Condition-wise, it could do with a good clean. Inside, the suede is all kind of discoloured. There's lots of marks on the hardware. It's quite scratched, so with the hardware, you're not going to be able to refurbish it. Whether we can reach to the amount that Keely was asking for is another story.
Since James's PA and office manager Jo left the business, her duties have been divided between the other staff at the pawn shop.
Does it normally take this long?
No. The company seems to be falling apart right this minute.
Oh no, I don't know what I've done.
I really need to find someone rather urgently.
James definitely needs someone who's gonna tell him what to do, tell him where to go, and talk back to him sometime. Otherwise, he's just like a naughty schoolboy.
I've got Deborah coming in who's been recommended. It's not an easy role, so I'm going to talk her through that position and see if she's interested. I hope she is because she's highly qualified. Hi, Deborah. You all right?
Hi, morning, James.
Good. How
Nice
you
to
doing?
see you.
Come in, grab
you.
a seat. How you been?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good. Look, to be quite honest with you, we really are under it. We've got people who aren't being paid, invoices need doing. Nothing is really functioning properly. I'm going to be honest with you, and it's getting a little bit behind, and I'm getting a little bit nervous about the situation. So what have you been doing in your previous roles? Tell me about that.
Basically, I've always been in the jewellery industry, jewellery and watch industry, for 36 years now. The last 6 years, I've worked for a very large corporate company, heading up their pawnbroking department.
Oh, fantastic. OK, so my question to you is, When can you start? We're not a conventional company by any stretch of the imagination. I know you probably passed that big motorbike next to Joe's
I did,
desk.
I nearly tripped over it, yes.
So you probably think, what the hell's that? Well, look, I mean, if you're up for the challenge and you'd like to get your teeth in it, I'd be happy to have you on board. It'd be brilliant.
Great.
Fantastic.
Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Thank you very
Can't
much.
wait to see you
Yeah,
on
I'll
next
see
week.
you next week.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye. Suddenly, I feel as though a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I've had a boil lanced, to be quite honest with you.
Out of everything that comes through the door, the most common item is jewellery. Today, a friend has contacted Claudia about her mother's collection.
Hello. Oh, you look gorgeous. You all right?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Sit down, darling. So, what have you got?
This one's been in the family for a while.
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
That's that. And this one.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, my mum would never let this jewellery go. That would never be something we consider, but at least I'll be able to get a loan against it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last but not least.
Oh, wow. So where's the stone come from then? Where's the stone?
Well, my mum's, this was actually in a ring, to be fair. She was going to give it to me, and then
really?
I don't think she trusted me to wear it every day. This is all a bit new to me, so I don't really know like what I can raise.
All right then, well, if you leave it with me and then come back and we'll have a chat and see what we can do.
Okay, cool.
All right?
Thank you.
Lovely. I'll see you out.
Look what I got, guys.
Nice.
Okay. Because you've been so good today.
32-year-old businesswoman Layla lives in Berkshire.
I'm passionate, I'm quite fiery, I get that from my Persian side. You can take one, Dan, just one, okay? You just sort yourself out. And yeah, I am pretty glam and I'm house proud, and I think you should be, really, if you work hard. I live here with my husband, Dan, and we've been married 2 years now. We had a very extravagant wedding, cost a lot of money. I literally was the perfect Persian princess for the day.
Beneath the smiles, Layla's been living with a ticking time bomb.
I've had a lot of head surgery. My head's been cut open about 5 times. And it's not been an easy road, really. I get these lumps that grow inside my head. It's like cysts, a bit like them, but they can burst. And I just have to live every day and just see where we go. Who knows? You just have to like be positive every day.
Baby boy, let me say what I've been thinking.
So Layla's decided to chase a lifelong dream.
So excited.
So today we are in the studio for a session and work on a couple of tracks. It is a really hard industry to get into, and it does take a lot of time and money. Is that okay?
Cool.
I need to get myself some funds so I can just push forward and concentrate on the important things like writing the music. I'm 32 now, and I can't give up because it's what I am.
Right, I need you to sing with a little bit more punch.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Go for
believe
a
it.
bit more.
All right.
To help her in pursuit of her dream, Layla's mum has offered her some family jewellery to pawn.
She's got a few pieces, and she said, look, if I can help you in any way, I'll help you.
There are 2 gold Persian necklaces, a ruby and diamond necklace, and a single diamond.
It's always been quite a thing in the family that I'm not really allowed to have any involvement in it. And only just now has it ever been offered to me that I could do this, so I am really grateful.
Layla is hoping to reach a £50,000 loan with the collection.
It would be amazing to get the money behind so I can just move forward now and just relax and concentrate and just do what I need to do to make my #1 album.
High-end pawnshop boss James is on his way to Brands Hatch to meet Mark, the owner of a rare Porsche who wants to borrow £100,000.
Sounds a really, really interesting vehicle. One of only 17 right-hand drive RS 911s ever produced. It'd be nice to get down to the track and actually see it being put through its paces and see what it's made of. Lovely. Oh yes.
Hello, James.
How are you?
Oh, very good, thanks.
You're all right. This
There
looks
she is.
absolutely amazing. Tell me a little bit about the history of these.
He's actually very important to Porsche. He competed in over 40 rallies, over 20 of which were international.
Right. And in terms of its originality, how true to its sort of pedigree is it?
This car is exactly the same as it should have been when it came out of the factory.
How fast does it go?
150 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds.
Should we take it out?
Why not? Thought you'd never ask.
Mark, the Porsche owner, was really excited. He was a little bit like a train spotter that had too many sweets. Lovely. So not above 4,000 watts?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, this is incredible, mate. I'm telling you, I really enjoyed it. When we first started it up, I was so excited. The hairs on the back of my neck were standing up.
It's apex here, that's it, and then it roll out. You're getting the hang of this. You're a natural.
This is unbelievable. Mark was hurling instructions at me like he was a co-pilot, but he did know what he was talking about.
Can you feel the way it's flowing? That's what
beautiful, isn't it? Oh yeah.
Let it flow out.
I'm lucky I've got you with me. I was giving it a little bit more with each and every bend. In the end, I mastered it and it was absolutely phenomenal. Nice. I'm feeling it, Mark. I'm coming into my own now, aren't I?
You are. You're natural.
That felt absolutely incredible, mate.
Can you feel the adrenaline now?
Yeah, I can feel it, to be honest with you.
Right, let's change places and I'll do a couple of laps. Show you how it's done.
All right, mate. Oh, yes. Oh, we don't have to go crazy today. I usually like to be in control of every situation. I knew Mark was into cars, but I had no idea he was an experienced rally car driver.
You're not saying anything.
Oh, well, I thought I'd just chill out and relax.
Feel the grip.
Yeah, I feel the grip, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I was a little bit apprehensive, and as he started taking those corners at speed, I was a bag of nerves.
Doing exactly what you did.
Yeah.
But just a little bit faster.
A little bit. That was absolutely incredible. I really, really enjoyed that.
Fantastic.
You have got all the gear on, though.
I'm sure if you were dressed like this, you'd feel a lot more comfortable in the car.
I'd probably stay home if I was dressed like that. Going back to the business side of it, well, how much do you need?
Well, you know, our initial conversation was that I needed some funding to develop some tools, you know, specifically for the classic car market.
Yeah, right.
And that means I'm going to have to buy machines, 25 grand each, and I think I might need anything up to 10 machines.
£250,000.
That's right.
That's a lot of money, mate.
Well, it's over to you.
I'm going to go away, do some work on the numbers, do a little bit of checking on the history of the car and so forth, and see where I can get to with it. When Mark upped the figure to £250,000, I was trying to play it a bit cool, as if it was water off a duck's back, but I thought, how am I going to get to that number? Fantastic, brilliant. Okay. Thanks for today. Cheers.
Hello.
At headquarters, gemologist Alicia has been tasked with evaluating singer-songwriter Layla's jewellery. She's hoping to achieve a £50,000 loan with the items.
We've got approximately 5 to 6 carat emerald cut stone. It's really, really good clarity and obviously a massive size. It is slightly yellow, which will obviously affect the price. Layla has got a couple of Persian jewelry items. Now, the difficulty with Persian jewelry is the fact that they're not really hallmarked that well, and it's very hard to judge the age of them. I don't think these are the strongest pieces. You're not looking at much more than the design and the stones. It's just amazing. When we're looking at ruby necklaces, we obviously judge the quality of the rubies, the diamonds, and the overall design of the piece, if it was made by anyone famous or the age of it. With these sort of figures, I always like to speak to James first. It's quite of a high amount that she's looking for, so it would be best to just discuss it with him.
James has recently hired a new employee, Deborah, and today is her first day.
She's come along, she's got the title of Chief Operations Officer. It sums up pretty much what she does. And she is chief-like. She is in charge of operations, and she's a little bit like an officer.
You must be Lawrence. Hi, I'm Deborah. Nice to meet you. Hello. First day. Hi, James.
How you doing?
I'm good, so I'll get stuck in then.
Lovely. Obviously, it's going to take her a few years to get used to the things that go on here.
I can't stand anything in a mess, and it's just too messy for me at the moment.
I think she understands that we're not quite normal here, but we have a bit of fun.
I'm sure I'll get used to all your quirky ways very quickly, James.
Right, I'm off to see David Beckham.
David Beckham?
Yeah, apparently he's having problems bending it. Needs my help.
From bending. Could you tell him I love him?
I will do. I'm off to see Gareth. He's an artist. He's made an incredible sculpture of David Beckham. Even though sculptures aren't really my bag, the fact that I don't understand the value of it does make it a little bit more exciting for me, I must admit. Gareth.
Right, James, nice to meet you. Come on in and have a look.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. What's the material you use?
It's carved out of clay, hollowed, and then fired.
That is absolutely amazing.
Well, a bit of a labour of love, you know, and with it being no mould exists, it'll never be cast. This is a unique piece.
This is a one-off now?
It's a one-off.
So in terms of cost of making something like this, what did it cost?
Really, the materials that go into it are nominal. You know, you've only really got clay in it. What's important is the amount of hours you've put in.
And how many man-hours did you put into it?
Between 500 and 600 in that.
And what are you looking for?
In the long term, obviously, I want to sell it. Retail value on that's about 20 to 25,000. I suppose if we're talking a loan, I kind of need to secure between 5 or 7 on a loan.
Right. Look, I mean, right now I don't know where to go with it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to try something.
OK, good. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for your time.
Nice to have met you.
And you, mate. Brilliant.
I'm hoping he'll come back to me with a loan offer, so in the short term I can go on producing new work.
I do buy quite a lot of stuff, and I have got quite a lot of stuff that I still really, really like, and I only seem to be the one that really, really likes it. So I've got to be really, really careful.
In Hatton Garden, the team have come up with a figure for Claudia's friend Layla's jewellery.
With pieces like this, very unusual items, you've got to be really cautious. So I've sort of hijacked it.
I'm praying that there's going to be 50 grand or anywhere around that figure. I'm not trying to be greedy or anything. I just want to sort of hit that target.
You right? Just go straight into James' office. Right, I've got Layla here.
How you doing, Layla?
Hi, James. How are
Hi, grab
you?
a seat. Good, good. Yeah, lovely. Well, I mean, all the better for seeing your jewellery. Fantastic pieces in there. So you don't want to sell, I take it?
No, my mum's really kindly sort of helping me out.
Right. These pieces here, unfortunately, commercially, they haven't got much value. We probably are looking at a couple of grand. The diamond It's got clarity going for it.
Yeah.
It is a little bit tinted, so that is a negative, but it's a big stone, so that's a good thing. The ruby and diamond necklace with the rubies are absolutely outstanding, and there's a high content of good quality stones there, and the piece itself has been well put together.
Yeah.
So that is amazing. There is no paperwork with these pieces, and that does detract from the value somewhat. We're not really interested in the 2 gold necklaces, so we're going to give you those 2 pieces back. But we are able to offer you £50,000 on the 2 items that you've got here. But actually, better than that, if you needed to borrow 150,000,
Shut up.
no, seriously, we can
150,000.
get to 150, no problem. They're beautiful pieces. The quality is outstanding, and we would feel very comfortable with loaning you 150,000 against these 2 items.
I don't know what to say. I'm
You look
not sure.
all right. Do you want to lie down?
I'm shaking. That's such a huge amount of money. Thank you so
Lovely
much.
to meet you.
See you. Thank
Cheers.
you.
See you.
Bye. That's a life-changing amount of money to be able to have access to. Like, I'm in shock.
That was absolutely fantastic. Brilliant bit of news to deliver. She only thought she could get to around the 50 grand mark.
Yeah, that's
so
the thing. She didn't even know that she could even get up to 50,000, and to kind of like go completely the other way. That's just amazing, isn't it?
Hello, ladies, how are you?
After a shaky start to the year, but now with a new chief operating officer on board, the smooth running of the pawn shop is back on track. Well, almost.
we're in the dark. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Guys, it's gone up again. Alicia. Yeah, the light.
Hello. Hi, Hannah.
We just can't run business like this.
Where are the instructions?
If you want to, in there, if you want to just lock it, you just press that.
Catherine, hi. We're having terrible time of it down here.
James definitely isn't happy about it. He doesn't like it when something goes wrong and we have to work slower than usual.
I can't think of anything right now that's useful or I could make money of in the dark, other than, you know, a large stock of ever-ready batteries or torches or something. You know, I don't deal in those.
At least we've got the light at the front of the shop. The customers are still coming in, so at least it's going on there. If the electric was off there, then I don't know what would have happened.
Oh,
hey!
hooray!
And let there be light.
Let there be
Hallelujah.
After hunting for a buyer for his David Beckham sculpture, James is ready to present artist Gareth with an offer.
I'm confident that James will loan me against the value of the piece because it's a unique piece and I don't see that he wouldn't see the value in it.
The problem with this is it's a one-off. So I'm not able to actually go through my books and my data online and have a look and work out where we'd go with it.
Thanks.
Gareth. Hi,
James, nice to see you. How are you?
How are you? Yeah, come in.
Good,
Grab
good.
a seat. When I saw it in the flesh, I was absolutely blown away. It's been really difficult for us to ascertain a value.
Of course.
So what is it? What are you trying to get to? Was it a loan or a sale? What is it?
Well, ultimately, I'd like to sell it, but in the short term, it'd be nice to secure a loan against it.
So if you wanted to take a loan against it, what sort of numbers are we talking about?
7 would be good to.
7 grand a loan. If you wanted to, if we could sell the piece, what?
Really, the retail value on that's sort of minimum of 20,000.
I've had some sleepless nights over it. Saying that, we have got a network of collectors that we've managed to put that piece out to.
That's great.
And some of them have been really interested. Look, I haven't actually got someone to buy it. We are able to offer a loan.
Okay.
Of £10,000.
Well, that's great, James.
To be honest with you, if we had the piece sitting here, well, I've already got people that want to have a look at it.
Well, for me, that's fabulous, because the more people get to see it, the better.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Let's get that done.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for everything.
Cheers, Gareth.
Take it
Thanks.
easy. Bye.
See you.
That's brilliant. I'm really pleased with the offer. It'll be good to get the money and get on with making new works. Yeah, really happy.
He wanted 7, he got 10. Hopefully it helps him out and gets him where he needs to be. At the end of the day, the worst thing that can happen is that I will own a wonderful sculpture of David Beckham, and how bad's that?
Animal lover Keely's arrived at the pawn shop to discover how much Claudia will offer for her 2 designer bags.
I'm feeling really nervous today because I think my poor cat is going to be so upset if I can't get my £2,000 to build his mansion.
One of them has been used quite a lot, so it's been quite tricky sort of trying to get the money for her that she wants. So I just hope she's pleased with the offer that I can make her.
Hi.
Hello, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nice
How are
to see you. Take a seat. Remind me again how much you wanted to sort of raise?
Well, I'd like to get about 2,000.
Right. What did you want to do with it exactly?
I want to build a mansion for my cat.
Right, okay. Never heard that before.
Yeah, really fancy one.
Is that him on your arm?
Yeah, that's him on my arm.
That's amazing, isn't it? That's so funny. I'm sure these cost you a fortune when you bought them new. With the Louis Vuitton, as you know, the condition of it isn't that great.
Yeah.
So it's not a sort of style that is the most desirable.
Yeah.
The Chanel is desirable. Condition-wise, it's great. The colour isn't the most sort of sought after. But saying that, I'll find it easier to sell this one. All in all, because of the Chanel, we're quite happy to offer you the 2,000 that you're asking for.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah? You're
Fantastic, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
It's your cat's fault, really, because I really want to see this mansion being built, you know, so...
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you're happy with that.
Oh, God, I'm over the moon.
Oh, are
Brilliant.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Do you think your cat will be happy?
Oh, he's going to be so happy.
Really?
I wish he could answer the phone. I'd ring him now and tell him.
Oh, bless.
But you don't get that every day, do you?
No, not at all. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, that is such fantastic news. I can't believe I've got my £2,000 for Cedric's little mansion.
Oh my God, that cat is such a lucky cat. I can't believe it's going to have its own mansion with chandeliers and a chaise longue. I've always wanted a chaise longue, like forever. I can't believe a cat's going to get a mansion, seriously.
When a loan is given, the item is usually kept in a secure location until the loan is paid back.
Oh, wow.
But for some members of the team at the pawn shop, there's only one place suitable for David Beckham.
He looks so sexy.
We can't leave it here.
Alicia, does James know we're doing this?
Today's a day of doing things without James' knowledge.
I think that's perfect.
Let's have a look. It's amazing.
I can't believe it. We've got David in our window.
Yes. Every morning I'm opening this shutter like, David.
I'm just going to be like Hello Kitty every single morning.
Car fanatic Mark has been waiting for James to make a decision on a £250,000 loan for his rare Porsche.
One of the things that was a little bit of a curveball for us in terms of getting this deal done was that Mark actually changed the goalposts. He'd gone from £40,000 as a loan figure to £250,000.
I think it's definitely achievable, that sort of loan against this car. It really is the best example of its type.
There are a lot of inflated prices in terms of the values at the moment globally, and I think there's a lot of dreamers when it comes to some of the bigger numbers. How you been?
Hello, James. I've been fine. How are you after Brands?
Yeah, I'm recovering.
Good.
Just to go through the figures again, because there was a little bit of confusion at the beginning. I think you mentioned the sum of 40-odd thousand.
Yeah.
And then when I come and see you down at Brands Hatch, you hit me with 250,000, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You really threw a few spanners in the works, and you know that, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know whether it was because of the trip round Brands and you looked the way you did, or whether it was because I was asking you for 250 grand.
Yeah,
but
I wasn't sure what was more of a shock to me, to be honest with you, because that is a whole different ball game. Biggest problem that we face is that really this car is a one-off. It's very difficult for us to value a one-off. It's almost impossible. Through our investigation, they've all got to have the right paperwork, the documentation, the provenance to achieve some of those great numbers. And look, it's with everything that I know that I'm able to present you with a figure. We can actually go up to £500,000.
£500,000?
Yes, I'm confident of that. £500,000.
So you did do your homework.
We've got records of the RSs making sort of 600, 700, 800 grand. But the beauty about your car is it's got so much history with it that we think the sky's the limit with it, and it could, to the right global collector, make in excess of £1 million. So I hope that's a good bit of news for you.
That's fantastic.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Should it ever be for sale, you please let me know first.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
All right, thanks for coming in.
And thank you, James. It's been a pleasure.
Mate, cheers. Really happy with the result today. A really big number for us. A really exciting car to come in and be presented. And this is what it's all about, these big ticket items that come in. For us, it's, well, for me personally, that's why I started the business.
Hats off to him. He's done his homework and, you know, the news is great. I can go ahead now with my plans. I'm very happy.
I'm convinced that car may make record-breaking numbers at the right auction if it was marketed properly. Probably one of the most exciting cars we've ever had at Prestige.
Next time on Posh Pawn.
I'm a bit of a natural, really, ain't I? You are. Because it could be worth anything from £200,000 to £2 million.
We can't do the 30,000.
Oh.
Obviously, we get people coming from Manchester and sending parcels down to us, but really we need a physical presence.
Do you know the way to your shop?
It is in Manchester, isn't it?
Let's rock it.